Joseph. It's a question and answer session that we scheduled. So I welcome all you guys to the call. You've seen his presentation already, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to jump in and ask any questions that you might have that may have come to you when you were watching the video and trying to discern, kind of what it means to you when you saw that video. And so Joseph is here to share more information if you have questions. I have a few questions that I want to ask him too, but I'll hold off on mine. I want to give you guys all an opportunity to ask him anything that's on your mind or make any observations. Feel free just to share your observations about his presentation. That's fine too. We'll just kind of leave it wide open. There's a small group of us, so Joseph.
Okay.
Yes.
So Joseph, if you want to make any opening remarks, feel free to do so, and then we'll just open it up.
Opening remarks. Well, I actually thought that by now I'd be doing this in person, but I'm still on the phone. So I guess so. Some things just take a little bit longer to change than others.
True.
I have a question with you, Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for sharing your story with us. It's really powerful and very inspirational. I have a question. When you decided that now you are going to lead a normal life, and how hard was for you to get a job?
I guess let me touch basis on the word normal. So what would you deem as normal?
Yeah, sorry. I mean to say, when you thought you don't want to be a gangster anymore, you want to lead a regular person's life, no more a gangster.
I really didn't know what was regular, to be honest with you, because from the time that I was 10 years old, that was my normal. Mm-hmm. So from the time I was 10, I was heavily involved in gang activity, all the way up until the time that I decided to have an idea that I probably shouldn't do this, or maybe I can do things differently. I want to die in here. So I really didn't know what normal was, to be honest with you. And I think I started to reach literatures. And then I don't know if it was by mere chance or luck or because I had an outside resource, but the resources I had in there weren't going to allow for me to seek some type of normalcy because everybody around me wasn't normal. It wasn't the normal that I wanted. So I think it's because of the publications and literature that I actually got a hold of through my outside resources, which was my family. Some friends were still around. I think it's because of that I started to get an idea or a glimpse of what normal could be. And a lot of the publications and literature that I was reading was on personal development, self-help, authors like Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar. These were all people that didn't necessarily believe in norm, but they didn't believe in harming people like I did. So I think from a society or a subculture that believed in violence and negativity. And I think I gravitated towards another group that was just a little bit of outside the box thinking, which or independent entrepreneurship, not necessarily looking for a 9 to 5. And I think that gravitated to me because I knew that when I got out, I was going to be limited in the ability to actually acquire employment from the normal employer. For example, they do background checks. So I had a feeling that I probably should venture off and see if I can do something on my own. So I really didn't have an idea on what that would be, to be honest with you, other than I was blessed and fortunate to know that I was in the publication through Success Magazine that opened up my eyes that you don't necessarily have to have employment. You can create work. So I actually created a job that I had to present to my parole officer to see if it's even possible so I wouldn't get violated. But the fact that it didn't break any laws or any rules, I was able to do it so that I can acquire some type of cash flow. And then I pursued fitness, and then I went to college, and then I was able, through influence of some sort, to acquire a personal training position. And I don't know if it was luck or my They just didn't run a proper background check. I'm not exactly sure, but then I decided to pursue that. So initially, my idea wasn't to pursue employment. It was to create an opportunity for me through some means of cash flow.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, William.
Yeah, no problem. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I have two questions, but the first one, I guess it talks a little bit about your background and might be personal, but you mentioned that your father, that you learned to love through, through abuse and stuff from your father, that, and that's why you got violent. Has that changed with, have you been able to change that with your own kids?
Well,
Does that make sense?
yeah, kind of. So me and my son, I have one son. He's 22 now. We're a bit estranged.
Okay.
So I still haven't spoken to him in probably 5 years.
Oh, that's right. I remember you mentioning that. Sorry.
Yeah, so I still haven't spoken to him in quite some time. He's grown now, so he's still within the area.
Yeah.
My current wife has 2 kids. They're younger. I would say that I'm not violent with them. I would say that our relationship is estranged as well too.
Sorry, I did word that differently. I just meant, have you changed the pattern, from
a violence perspective, yeah, I don't believe that violence is the answer.
Right.
Is it necessary? Absolutely. I think violence is necessary to some extent.
Yeah.
There could be many different circumstances and situations that I could be in,
Mhm.
but I go out of my way to try to avoid any type of conflict, confrontation, violence to any extent, because deep down inside, in the event I do participate in that, I know in the back of my mind, I'm probably always going to be the one in the wrong, even if I'm in the right, because of my background.
Yeah.
So I think I am just over vigilant when it comes to violence, and even in relationships, if it comes to any physical violence. I would hope that I've changed the curve on that.